What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Playmaker Pod. I'm your host, Isaac. This is the co-host, Joseph. And today, we got the NBA Finals. A pretty unlikely matchup, if you ask me. I think if you would have asked people at the beginning of the playoffs, some people probably expected Denver to get to this point right here. But I think Miami, nobody was really expecting them to make it this far into the finals. Now, I'd say this is a very interesting series right here because you got Denver as the number one seed. Number one team in the West. They were pretty much number one throughout the entire year. They didn't let down. And you had Miami, who they're kind of up and down there towards the end of the year. They lost their playing game, the first playing game against Atlanta. And I think after that, most people didn't really expect them to go too far. And here they are right now. They got a shot to become NBA champions. Game one starts right now, just a little bit. I have a feeling who you're going to pick to win this series, but yeah, let's give us your prediction then.
Yeah, even though I've been picking against Miami and they've been proving me wrong the whole entire time. But
Yeah.
you see, Denver is I'm gonna be happy either way because if Nikola Jokic is gonna be pretty bad for him if he loses the series in my terms because he's supposed to be the best player in the world and the Heat they have made it to the finals but he's still playing in an inferior team. Okay, like he's still playing for his team compared to them. He's still playing in inferior, and I don't think Bam is also gonna be able to guard him. Like I don't think Bam's gonna be able to fucking hold him at all. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
that's how good I think Nikola Jokic is now. You know, I finally seen the light for Nikola Jokic. I was a hater. I'm not a hater anymore. I just see they remind me the Nuggets remind me about Boston, but in the good ways, not in the bad ways. Because Denver actually plays consistent. They don't play like the way Boston does. They actually played how they're supposed to. Not like the way Boston does. Like Boston, if they played how they were supposed to, they probably could have won that series. They almost did win it. They almost came back. Except in Game 7, they just fucking Game 7 it was all for nothing for Boston. So yeah,
Yeah.
but like 3 games of the series, you actually saw the Boston that you were used to seeing. So
Mhm.
Denver also has a way more. He's not better than Spoelstra, but he's way better than a fucking
Oh, Joe Mazzulla.
Joe Mazzulla, fucking Mike Malone. Mike Malone is like not
Uh-huh.
even. I don't see him stratosphere. He's probably like a top 5 coach in the NBA right now. A way better
Yeah,
coach.
probably.
He had really good adjustments in that Lakers series. The Lakers threw a lot of different things at the Nuggets, and it didn't matter because Malone was able to adjust, and they swept them.
Mhm.
See, so it's really gonna come down to. Well, let's see if the Nuggets actually stay consistent playing basketball because what is it called? Nikola Jokic, I have no doubt. I don't think Bam's gonna be able to guard him. Anthony Davis couldn't even guard him. Anthony Davis is a better defender when he's healthy, and he couldn't even fucking guard him at all. So I don't think
Yeah.
Bam's a little bit more versatile of a defender, but I don't think he's not gonna stop Jokic. And let's see what else. Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray has to stay playing the way he is right now. Because if he doesn't, I don't think they're gonna win this series either. But
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I'm not gonna.
You're
I'm
doubting
not gonna
yourself?
say.
Man.
I'm not gonna say a definitive. I'm not gonna count Miami out anymore like the way it was last 2 times.
Oh,
But
the last three times.
yeah, last 3 times, yeah. And that Milwaukee one, I still don't. That Milwaukee one, I still can't give him fully because that just Giannis got hurt. If
Yeah.
if they beat Giannis fully healthy, I would give him
Uh-huh.
more for that one. The Knicks series though, yeah, I think I was just mad at. I just was just mad at the Heat still. I didn't like the Heat. That's the reason I picked
Yeah.
the Knicks. And Boston, I thought legitimately Boston was gonna win, but yeah, they proved me wrong on that one. Like legitimately Boston, I thought there was no. I didn't think there was a way they could win, but yeah, they won. But they almost choked. So
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah,
just don't
they're kind
know
of.
about how much more consistent they can keep up playing. Like Caleb Martin was one of the reasons they won that conference finals because Jimmy Butler in 3 of the games he
Uh-huh.
really didn't play. The 3 games they lost, he didn't play good.
Yeah. He didn't do
I think
much.
Caleb Martin
Nah.
should have won the MVP because he played consistently good throughout the whole 7 game series.
Yeah.
And he's also another reason why they won Game 7 too. He was just going off. They couldn't miss a shot. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, Caleb Martin. I don't know if Caleb Martin's ever gonna play like that again. But if he does, yeah, he'd have a chance. Like, because they're getting Caleb Martin and Duncan Robinson are playing like the best basketball I've ever seen in their career. So kudos to
Nah,
them.
for real. Yeah, that's
Like
exactly
I
what
never
they
seen.
needed.
Yeah, I never. See, I don't know. If Caleb Martin has this in him for the rest of his career, but he did it. He did it enough to get him to the finals. Duncan Robinson almost cost him. Actually, Duncan Robinson in the game 6, he had
Game
like three
six,
chances to make
yeah.
a shot and he just missed
He blew
every
it,
single one.
bro. It was wide open, yeah. He would have won it game six for sure, but freaking choked. Jimmy Butler, like you said,
Yeah,
he didn't really do good those 3 games that they lost. I still expected Jimmy Butler to win conference finals MVP though, just because it was I mean, he's the best player on the team, so obviously they're probably gonna give it to him. But you saw it when they're trying to hand Jimmy Butler the trophy, like he didn't even want it. He knows that the job isn't finished yet. He
yeah,
wants the next one. And oh man, I've been I've been riding with Miami this entire time. I did have my doubts against Milwaukee at first. I had them as my sleeper, but I did have a bit of doubts against Miami at first. But I mean, against Milwaukee at first. But then after I saw him put away Milwaukee in 5 games, it's like, okay, yeah, I became fully on board with it. You don't want to give him as much credit for that series, but I still give him enough credit for that just because they went 2-0 against Giannis when he did play. It's not like they went like 3-2 or something like that. Like they were barely able to squeak by him. Like nah, they went 2-0 against them. So I'll still give him some credit for that. And then yeah, I'd say after that I was fully on board. This Denver series does worry me a bit though. This Denver series does worry me a bit. I would feel a lot more confident in Miami if they're able to put away the Celtics in 4 or 5 games. Just because the Nuggets were able to finish LA off in 4 games and Miami up 3-0. What they needed was to also put away Boston in 4 or 5. Instead, they ended up letting the series go on way longer than it needed to go on. So that does bring up some concern for me. I know Miami's a huge underdog in this series, even though according to Nikola Jokic, there is no underdogs or favorites. It's just even playing field, according to Nikola Jokic. But I'm pretty sure we all know Denver's a big favorite in this matchup. But Miami's been proving me right every single series, ever since I announced them as my sleeper team. So I'm gonna have to go with Miami. I think Jimmy Butler has it in him. They got, I'd say, Caleb Martin's been playing good too. They could keep on getting production out of these random players that you wouldn't expect, like Max Strus, bro. Guys like this. If Tyler Hero comes back and he provides a spark that Miami needs scoring the ball, that could be huge for them too. So this is pretty much hopeful thinking, but I've been hopeful on Miami this whole time, and it's gotten me pretty far. So I'm gonna roll with Miami to win in 7 games right here. I think Jimmy Butler wins his first championship, and he wins Finals MVP, and the title comes home to South Beach. It would be like the first 8 seed to win a championship, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the lowest seeds ever win the championship is the Houston Rockets in 1995. I'm pretty sure they were like the 7th seed. That's the last time.
7.
Yeah, they're the
Yeah,
lowest team to win.
damn.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm gonna pick. I'm riding with Nikola Jokic now, so I'm picking the Nuggets in 6 games.
Uh-huh.
I think the Nuggets are gonna win 6. I think I don't think the Heat are gonna be able to stop. I don't think Bam's gonna be able to contain Jokic because nobody other than Bam, you can't put anybody else other than Bam on him.
No,
So
it's not like you could throw Kevin Love on him. It's not like you could
Kevin
throw
Love's
Cody
cooked.
Zeller on him. Yeah.
Even if you put, I don't know if you can play Kevin Love in this series at all because of fucking Aaron Gordon's gonna fucking cook him. Like Aaron Gordon,
Gordon's
you're
gonna
telling me,
destroy him too.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kevin Love's an old man, man. He can't. He's gonna get blown by every other time. I don't think they have anybody else. Like they're gonna, they can't. I don't think they can put. Yeah, they can't play Cody Zeller because he's gonna get cooked even worse. And they can't. They
Yeah, it's gonna
definitely
be even
can't put
worse
Kevin
for
Love.
him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man.
because
So
like,
that is gonna be a challenge. I'm not gonna lie, that is gonna be a challenge.
because if you just put Michael Porter and Aaron Gordon at the 4, if you just swap them in at the 4, then they're gonna
Hmm.
cook whoever's on.
Yeah.
Then Bruce Brown and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope also need to perform. I have confidence though in them too. They've been
Hmm.
they've been keeping it up. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope's also already played in the finals as well, so he's got some experience
He's
there.
got experience already. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
Jamal Murray's
Oh
the only
man.
one that needs to continue to play good at a high level at least. But I'm pretty sure the Heat are the
Yeah,
number
I'd
one
say.
shooting team in the they're the number one shooting team in the playoffs, and then the Nuggets are number 2. So This is probably the
amongst
most.
top shooting teams. Hmm.
Yeah, this is probably the most. What is it called? The most consistent team at the Heat have probably played this whole playoff run.
Yeah, no, for real, because they've just been blowing through everyone.
Yeah,
The Nuggets,
because
they've only lost 2 games this entire series against Phoenix, and those were on the road.
yeah, yeah, they've been the most consistent team. They actually like Boston could have been in the finals too if they actually played consistent. If they had Ime
Yeah,
Udoka, I think they probably would have been in the finals. I think Ime Udoka could have just won one game against Miami just by coaching the team.
yeah,
The
for
one
real.
game. That's all they needed to win one more. If they just took one of the first 3 games, they could have won the series. This is yeah, they just
To be
did.
fair though, that game 6 was that was one of the luckiest
Yeah,
things I've ever seen in my life. That Derek White shot.
yeah, it was pretty
To
lucky.
be fair,
Yeah,
that because Marcus Smart missed the three. If Marcus Smart would have hit the three, I would have been like, damn. But the fact that Derek White was able to put it up with like zero point 0.1 seconds, like, oh my god, that was I tell you, that was one of the luckiest things I've ever seen. I don't know if
that
but
game though, the
I
only
still
reason
think
that game
Ime
was
probably
close
could have
because
put it
Jimmy
away.
Butler couldn't was just shooting bricks the whole entire time. He was like 3 for 20 or
Yeah,
some
for
shit.
real. He
So
he was barely able to get some points at the end, but that's because he kept on getting his way to the line.
yeah, yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know about the Bam and Jokic matchup. I don't know about that. Bam's also been struggling offensively ever since Game 3 of the Celtics series. Bam's been struggling
Uh-huh.
offensively. He hasn't been able. Even in Game 7, you saw him. He was struggling bad. He couldn't make a shot at all to save his life.
Yeah,
So that's a
yeah.
big question. And Tyler Hero's supposed to come
Nah.
back. They said Game 2 is the earliest he can come back to. Yeah, I
Mhm.
still don't know if Tyler Hero's a positive asset right now because he doesn't play. You're gonna get cooked. Cooked. He's
That's
This
true,
year was one of
but
his
I
least
think
efficient years too. So I don't know. To be
he
honest with you,
needs
Caleb
extra
Martin is
scoring.
shooting. Caleb Martin and but Tyler Hero during the season. This is probably I think this is the worst shooting season ever. So
Uh-huh.
we'll see. We'll see about how Tyler Hero comes back and plays in the finals. Well, his second time playing in the finals, so yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. He
Yeah, but
did
this
pretty
series for
solid
me
the
that really
first
just comes
time,
down to
right?
that what?
I said Tyler Hero did pretty good his first final series, didn't he?
Yeah, he
I'm
did pretty
pretty sure he
good.
did. Yeah, that whole playoff run. Yeah, he got his song right after that from Jack Harlow.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but yeah, I'm sticking on my Denver Nuggets to win in 6. I think they're gonna win.
Your Denver Nuggets. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they are the huge favorites. I was about to bring something up, and it just left my head at this moment. Damn, I forgot.
It's good.
But
So yeah, Isaac's got not the Celtics. Isaac's got the Heat in 7. Jimmy Butler is Finals MVP, and I got the Nuggets in 6. Nikola Jokic wins MVP.
yeah, all right. Just a quick question, right? Since we're already on these two teams, who do you think this championship means more to? If Jimmy Butler gets his first ring, or if Nikola Jokic gets his first ring, who would it mean more to, as far as like their legacy goes?
Well, for the Legacy, I think it's Jokic just because Jokic already has like a stacked pedigree. So it would just push him. I think it would
Hmm.
push him up over some of the all-time greats already right now. Like even higher than he already
Yeah,
is. I think it would solidify him like the top 4, top 5 center already all time. And he just
yeah.
hasn't. And he's pretty young into his
He's
career.
not
So
even
he's
30
barely
yet,
hitting
is
his.
he?
Yeah,
He's
I
not
don't think
even
he's
30.
30. I think he's like 20.
Shit.
At most, he's 28. I think at most, but I think he's like
Hmm.
27. So I don't think he's old.
Yeah,
So yeah, for Jimmy Butler, obviously, a championship obviously improves your legacy automatically. But to Nikola Jokic, I think it's just like, gonna raise him up even higher. So yeah, to me,
yeah, that's true.
I just think Jokic just because he'll pedigree himself in front of a bunch of people already, and I think he solidifies himself as the best player in the NBA over Giannis.
Yeah.
Because if he loses this
Nah.
series, I think I don't know. I think it's an open debate still for who's the best player in the NBA. Me
Uh-huh.
personally, but yeah,
Between him and Giannis.
yeah,
Right
between him
now,
and
it's
Giannis,
still
yeah,
top two, though. Yeah, for sure. I think it's top two right now.
yeah.
Uh, Jokic and Giannis. Yeah, you said it was going to be very bad for Jokic if he wins the series. You really think it's going to be that bad for him to lose to that? Because I mean, Giannis lost. Well, not Giannis. The Bucks lost in 5, and Tatum and the Celtics ended up losing to this team too. So I don't think it would be like the worst thing for Jokic's career. like
See,
how we
Giannis,
had brought
I
it
don't
up
even.
earlier.
It's not even that bad to me anymore. But Giannis, because Giannis already has a ring. Giannis has a
Yeah,
ring, so it's not that bad for him. Like obviously he lost in the first round, but it's not like if he never won that ring and he was constantly losing like in the second or first round, then yeah.
uh-huh. If he isn't Embiid,
Because other than that, there's like one he's been to the conference finals 2 years. If he didn't, only way he doesn't win that ring is if Brooklyn beats him. So he would only have one conference finals appearance. And yeah, if he lost
hmm
this year, yeah. But he won the championship, so I don't really consider it. Jason Tatum, yeah. The Celtics, yeah, they hit him hard. They hit him definitely hard.
yeah,
So, but Giannis, I don't know, that one didn't, to me, I really didn't look at it that bad just because he has rings, though. Like,
yeah.
Jokic's team is the number one seed in the NBA. So they should.
hmm
I don't, obviously, it's Jimmy Butler in the Heat. But
yeah,
you're what, back to back MVP? Yeah, you need to win 4 games to close it on with your first championship. He's on that level where I'm expecting him to win. He's already on that level, that high of a level where you expect him to win.
yeah.
That's the expectation
Uh-huh.
for him. Just like how it was for Joel Embiid. That's why Joel Embiid got a lot of flack because Joel Embiid couldn't even get choked in Game 7.
Yeah, that's facts. He couldn't he couldn't help his team at all that game.
Yeah. So
And
if
the only reason why they even got it to Game 7 is because of James Harden when Joel Embiid was out. Harden had to show out.
yeah, so that's why I think it would be pretty tough for Nikola Jokic just for his legacy a little bit. That would just be a big hit if they can't close out this. They can't close it out. Because when you're the favorite,
Yeah.
you're expected to win. I'm sorry to say, like, yeah, you're the favorite. You're the heavy favorite,
Yeah.
not even just the favorite. You're the heavy favorite. You need to
Yeah.
win.
Uh-huh.
You need to close it out. You're the back-to-back MVP. Yeah, it's time. Yeah, the same thing goes for Giannis. Giannis would have been a playoff choker too if he lost to Phoenix. Even if he lost to Phoenix and he lost in the first round, yeah, nobody. I wouldn't look at Giannis the same way I do. But
Yeah.
he has a championship already. So
Uh-huh. And that was one of his best
yeah,
performances too in that finals. He went absolutely insane that time.
yeah,
I mean, you always have to. Well, I mean, I guess you look down the line, you probably won't think about it too much. But for me, since it's still fresh in my memory, if KD had just taken like a little step back, just a little bit, a few inches back, then Giannis would have never had that ring.
yeah,
Or if Kyrie doesn't go down, he doesn't have that ring. If Harden stays healthy and he doesn't just play like a damn, like I remember watching those games, he would just pass to KD and then run to the corner, pass to KD and then run to the corner. If Harden was actually able to beat James Harden that series, they would have won that. So I think that whole playoff choker thing would still be around Giannis right now. I'd say you look down at it 10 years from now, I don't think it's even gonna matter anyways. But oh man,
yeah. I don't like looking at what ifs anymore because it just gets me mad. So like it'll be like if I
yeah,
do it for James Harden, it'd be like, oh, what if Chris Paul didn't get injured? Oh, James Harden would have won a ring. And just like what if Kevin Durant's fully smaller? James Harden would have won a ring. So I don't like looking at the
yeah,
what ifs anymore. It just gets me angry. So because it didn't happen.
uh-huh. Yeah.
That's
No,
why.
that's
But
that's
yeah,
pretty sad. Yeah, nah. Giannis got extremely lucky just in that series. The rest of the run, I'll give him credit for because I mean he dominated Phoenix. He dominated. I'd say he dominated the rest of the series. I'd say it's just that one series over that was extreme luck right there.
see, like
Uh,
if the Bucks lose, yeah, you need luck though. Every time you win a championship, you need luck.
that's facts though. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
facts.
that's just the that's just the way things roll. See, like the Rockets didn't get luck; they luck and lost CP3, so that's just the way. Like the Raptors, they got luck.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard hit a game-winning shot, and it was lucky. It was pure luck, no skill. It wasn't like it was a switch at the end of the game. It fucking tipped in.
Uh-huh.
It bounced like 8 times, and it tipped in. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Not to mention that KD went down too.
yeah, KD got injured, and Klay Thompson. They almost got that series almost got taken to 7 until Klay Thompson got hurt too. That game 6 was close, and then Klay Thompson tore his
Yeah.
Achilles, and it was done. So
And then it was game over from there.
yeah, yeah, because to me that Raptors team is probably one of the weaker teams that actually won the finals just because of all the luck they got. But I'm not gonna take away that. I'm not taking that away from them though. But just like compared to the other teams, they're kind of one of the weaker teams of recent memory. Cause
Well, I guess you could say that because
like the
they were
Warriors
pretty
team,
much like a one superstar type of team. They're probably like one of the only one
yeah,
superstar teams. They're like the only one superstar team since Dirk.
yeah. Pascal Siakam was playing like a star though in the finals. He wasn't a superstar yet. Oh, not a superstar. He
Yeah,
wasn't even a star yet. He was like a regular. He was like
he's
a
on
good
his way
player.
up. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he was
on his
in the
way up.
finals though. He played like an all star type of player though. That's the reason they won.
Facts, yeah.
Because
Uh
Siakam.
huh.
And then Van Fleet off the bench. That's when they had Van Fleet off the bench and Kyle Lowry is a point guard.
As a
So
starter, yeah.
yeah,
I remember Van Vliet came in clutch at series two,
yeah.
but
And
yeah, they're one of those teams where it was like just one star. You run through that guy, and then you have depth all around. You have like a strong roster all around.
that
But
was Kawhi's like last time being healthy, fully healthy in the playoffs. Actually, no, when it
yeah.
was that time and then they choked the 3-1 lead. So what was it the Nuggets? They choked.
Oh yeah, yeah. They choked to the Nuggets. I'd say that was just
Yeah,
Doc Rivers' curse right there, bro. That was like Doc Rivers at its finest right there. Blown 3-1
yeah,
lead in the finals. That's like
yeah. It's
if you
pretty
want to
crazy.
know what Doc Rivers' career is after the Boston Celtics, you could just point to that series right there. That gives you all you need to know about Doc Rivers and his coaching. A perfect head coach for the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, we can adjust from the finals preview to the head coach hirings now. Let's see. The first one. Let's talk about the least exciting one. If you don't know much about him, it's the Bucks hiring Adrian Griffin from the Raptors. He's actually AJ Griffin's dad. AJ Griffin plays for the Hawks. He got drafted last year in the
Uh-huh.
first round. But yeah, he's his dad. Yeah, I actually like this hiring because it really even down the road, like if you have to rebuild the team and if Giannis wants to leave and all that stuff, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but even down the road, like if
Hmm.
the whole team, if it just doesn't
If you
work out
needed to.
as a
Yeah.
contender, yeah, you can. He can work with young guys. Like if you want to do a rebuild after if Giannis wants to leave and everything, he can work with young guys
Hmm.
because he was he's been credited for a lot of the development in Toronto. Like Siakam,
Hmm.
Siakam was a late first round pick and now he's an All Star player, All NBA player actually. So
Yeah.
pretty sure he's gonna be back to back years of All NBA for him. And then Fred VanVleet too. Fred VanVleet was like a undrafted player, and now he's gonna get paid. He's gonna get a second contract already in this offseason. So
Yeah.
and OG Anunoby too. OG Anunoby's a very high valued player. He might get traded, but yeah, he's a very high valued player. So I really like this hiring because he deserved the chance to be a head coach. He's been a top
Yeah.
assistant for a while. He's been getting interviews since like 2014 for the head coach
2014?
job. So yeah, 2014. Yeah,
Damn.
I
He's
forgot what
barely
coaching staff
getting
he
it
was
right
with
now.
though. Yeah,
Yeah.
finally got a job. Yeah, but yeah, I really like this hiring. That'll be helpful. Milwaukee really doesn't have any players to develop right now on the team though, so that's his other than like Marjan Buchap, he's a second year player, drafted in the first round. Other than that, nobody else. But yeah, I think he'll be a
That
solid
could
coach.
really develop.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of surprised they went with him over Nick Nurse. That they ended up taking his assistant over him.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'll talk about the Nick Nurse situation right now. But yeah, there's a reason why Nick Nurse chose Philadelphia over them. Oh yeah, but Nick
Mm.
Nurse basically chose Philadelphia over them. That's what happened. They didn't get to
Oh, he did.
choose who they wanted.
Oh, for real? I
Nick
thought
Nurse
Milwaukee,
said,
because Milwaukee was the one that hired first.
yeah.
Because
Well, it's
Milwaukee
because Nick Nurse
hired.
told him already that he wasn't gonna.
Oh, he
Apparently,
told him
Nick
that he
Nurse told
wasn't
him that
going
he
to.
wasn't gonna go with them.
Mm. Oh, okay, okay, yeah. We'll
He
save
also
that
told
for
Phoenix
later then.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw he told that to Phoenix. I didn't see that he did that to Milwaukee too. Okay, okay. Yeah, we'll talk about Nick Nurse later then when we get to Nick Nurse, which will probably be after this. But yeah, I think this will be
Yeah.
a solid hiring. I mean, we're just talking about Toronto right now on how they had Kawhi Leonard and then they had the solid supporting cast around them. If you want to give them most of the credit for that series, I mean, yeah, you could do it for the development of that team. I think he'll be solid for Milwaukee. Milwaukee, I mean, they got the roster built in already. So all he has to do is just like, and he's got some coaching experience too. You say he's been getting offers since 2014 or interviews since 2014. So he's got some experience coaching under his belt. He's already been under Nick Nurse, who won a championship there in Toronto. I'm pretty sure he knows how things are supposed to operate in a winning organization. So yeah, this could be a solid hiring. I'd say all he has to do is like not be like Steve Nash or something, right? With the roster that Milwaukee has right now, all he has to do is just not be terrible. I think he'll be able to get it
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. Milwaukee's basically on the same roster, so they should be competitive. They're the number one seed with the roster last year. I don't think there's gonna be major changes for Milwaukee because there's
Yeah,
probably just resign Lopez and resign Middleton. It'll probably be like that. They can also re-sign Jay Crowder because they have the bird rights on him. So it's probably the same exact team. Maybe a few different bench players, but yeah, should already have a good team to work with. All right, then the next
Yeah,
hiring was Nick Nurse getting hired by the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm actually surprised Philadelphia got him. I thought he was going to go to Milwaukee or Phoenix. I just didn't think Philadelphia was that attractive of a spot because it looks like Harden's going to leave. And then as soon as
yeah,
Harden leaves, it's just that beat of, but like Maxi's all right, but Maxi can't play point guard. Like some Philly
hmm
fans think that Maxi can just play point guard when Harden leaves. Maxi's a terrible passer. Like he's a terrible passer.
for real, yeah, he's just good at scoring.
Yeah, he's a scorer. That's what he is. So I don't know. They have no true point guard. I saw they're gonna sign for Van Fleet. Yeah, you guys are gonna be. Philadelphia's a second round exit. They could be not first round
They're
exit. I'll give them
already
a little bit more
second
space.
round exits. Yeah, they're already
Yeah,
second round exits. It's
you
not like
see,
they'll be
they
downgrading too much, anyways.
yeah but they'll definitely be worse. If they sign for Van Fleet to replace Harden, it's basically just like you're basically asking Embiid to request a trade in the year. That's what's gonna happen because
Yeah.
I just don't
Well, I don't know what other options do they
see how
have. I mean,
for
they
Van
could try
Fleet.
to go for D'Angelo Russell, or I mean, what other options do you have?
Yeah, no, I
They
think
can't
that's even
bring up
worse than
Harden.
the fucking
Fred
for
Van
Van
Vliet.
Fleet's even worse than fucking. D'Angelo Russell's worse than Van Fleet, man. So that's even
Yeah.
worse downgrade. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I have maybe this probably gives Philly fans a little bit more hope that Harden's going to stay because I don't think Nick Nurse would have chose Milwaukee and Phoenix. He basically chose Milwaukee and Phoenix. That's what the rumor is right now. That he chose Milwaukee and he chose Philadelphia over Milwaukee and Phoenix. I don't think you choose Philadelphia if you don't think Harden's coming back because it's pretty
Yeah, that's
dumb
true.
if you choose Philadelphia over those other two teams and Harden's not coming back. Nick Nurse said he's talked to Harden already about maybe about coming back.
About staying. Yeah.
Yeah, but he said that it's Harden's decision whether he's going to come back or not. So I don't know.
Uh-huh.
This puts. I've been saying that Harden's going to go back to Houston the whole entire time. This puts a little bit more doubt into my statement, just because I don't think he's signed with Philadelphia unless you think Harden's coming back. Because it's just stupid if you do. Because you're probably going to
Yeah.
be they'll probably get fired like in 3 seasons if you pick this team. Like at least in Milwaukee and Phoenix, they have a chance to win. Way better.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Milwaukee and Phoenix. Well, I mean, Milwaukee already had the number one team in the East this year, and Phoenix. If you retool the roster, you might be better the next year. But yeah, Philadelphia looks like it's on the opposite direction. It's like they're on a second round exit again with the MVP of the league, and now they just kind of seem to be going like this. You got Harden likely on his way out, and then yeah, the roster just gets worse from here. But I like the hiring from Philadelphia's perspective. From what I heard, right, is that Nick Nurse ended up signing with Philadelphia because of his connection with Darrell Morey.
yeah.
That's what I heard. So I'm like, I mean, I guess that makes sense why he would pick him over Phoenix and Milwaukee. That's my opinion. If Darrell Morey is that good of a recruiter, I mean, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, Murray's gonna get fired like in 2 seasons if Embiid requests a trade. I'm just letting that know right now. Just because his team, I don't even
They're
know if I
both
trust
getting
Daryl Morey
fired.
that much building a roster anymore that much. To be honest with you, because
Uh-huh.
like some of the bench players he's brought some of the bench players he's brought in just don't seem like they're good. Like the reason Houston at the end of the season he just fucking screwed us over and he was like, oh, let me get a new job. That's basically what happened in Houston. He was like, oh, I screwed over the roster. No, the roster sucks. Let me retire, but actually not retire and just sign with Philadelphia. That's basically what he did.
Yeah.
So he basically made it a mess over here, and it's the reason why we had to go into rebuild anyways. Because he made the horrible Russell Westbrook trade. That's one of his worst. That's a horrible trade. You have to trade away. We traded away Capella for like 1 year of Robert Covington. 1 year of Robert Covington. That was a terrible trade as well. So,
Yeah.
and to be honest with you, the Matisse Thybulle trade was probably pretty bad too because I think Matisse Thybulle was more valuable. They didn't even play Jaden McDaniels at all. So there's no point of even adding him.
At least Thibault,
So
you would use them.
yeah, at least Thybulle could be useful or something. You could put him on Tatum at least
Uh-huh.
that series. McDaniels didn't play at all. So yeah, I don't know if they let go of Harden just leaves and then they hire and they sign a Van Fleet. Yeah, Morey's getting packed up in like in a year. So that's just
Yeah. Yeah, I
I,
think the team is capped out if Harden leaves. Like the second round is
yeah
probably the furthest they're going to be able to go. I don't see them making it past the second round
yeah.
anytime soon. To be honest, yeah, they're
Even if
trash
Harden
again.
comes back, I don't see them making it out of the second round. So I don't know.
That's
I
true.
don't know with
That's
them
true. Yeah,
anymore
yeah. Like you said, they might become a first
because
round exit team next year.
unless unless they unless they become like a unless they get like the first seed or something like that, it's gonna be a pretty tough matchup in the second round either way. They have to be the if you want the only way I can see the 76ers making it out of the second round next year is if they're the number one seed in the East. That's the only way I can see it
Yeah,
because if you're the number one seed in the East, don't you play like the fourth seed? You play the fourth seed, don't you?
yeah.
So yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, they would make it then. I just don't see them. They're probably gonna finish as the third seed, like, or fourth, no, third or fourth. That's what I think they're gonna finish as, and they're just gonna lose in the second round. Is what I see.
Yeah.
So
Well, even when they
yeah,
had the number one seed, like 2 years ago, they still ended up losing to Atlanta.
yeah, that's
So
true.
they might lose even if they get the number one seed. What they'll play like Cleveland or something, they'll still end up losing.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think Harden's like even though Harden doesn't play that good in the playoffs either, he's not even on the stratosphere of Ben Simmons. They lost that series too because of Ben Simmons.
That's
That
true.
series against that Atlanta team,
Yeah,
I think that was like the flukiest Eastern Conference Finals team ever I've seen. The flukiest one I've ever
Atlanta.
seen. Yeah,
I tell
they
you,
should have
man,
been.
Philadelphia's got something on them. They got some type of curse on them ever since that one finals run. Cause
Yeah, I don't know.
it's been pretty terrible, man. Even you even brought it up. Atlanta might have been the flukiest team. What they got swept in the conference finals, didn't they?
Yeah,
They
they
might have
did.
been able to sneak in one game against Milwaukee, but
Then they got one
it's
game.
pretty terrible. Yeah, so they lost in five. But
Yeah,
yeah, you could tell Atlanta didn't really deserve to be there as soon as they stepped on the court with the Bucks. But yeah,
yeah.
it's just
So I don't
something
know.
about Philadelphia. Man. It's something about Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's a good hire, but I don't really think it doesn't move the needle for me. The only way the team's gonna the only way the 76ers are ever gonna move the needle for me is if they perform in the playoffs. That's the way, because
Yeah,
it wasn't even Doc Rivers' fault that they didn't make it to the third round. It was
bro,
some
you
of his
can't do
fault, but it was
anything
mostly Embiid
about.
and Harden.
I was
Yeah,
about to say you can't do anything about Joel Embiid going like 4 for 30 or whatever the hell he shot, like 4 for 20.
yeah, yeah. It was
You
like four
can't
for
do
20.
anything
Yeah,
about that if you're Doc
yeah.
Rivers. Yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't really his fault. So what is Nick Nurse gonna do so good that they're gonna make it past the second round? I don't see it. I don't see it. And it's not
I
like you
don't
can
know
improve this
either.
roster. The only way, and what's going to be funny is like even if you want to get if Harden leaves in Van Fleet and you want to sign Van Fleet, you have to trade Tobias Harris probably for like nothing. Because the only way you can get the only way you can get positive salary cap because already they're like the negative 60 million. So you'd have to let
Oh
Harden's
shit.
contract go. That's 35 mil. And you'd have to
Yeah,
let Tobias Harris go. That's like 45 mil. So then you would have
just let him
enough
walk.
to sign Van Fleet. But the team is just worse because Tobias Harris is not worth the money he gets paid, but he's still a solid
Yeah.
player. It's not they don't want they're trying to trade him because they decided to pay him a max deal. That's why they're trying to trade him. Not because he's a
Yeah.
terrible player. He's not that
Just
bad.
because I
He's
paid
a
him too
solid.
much.
Yeah, just they paid him way too much. That he's not worth. He's still a solid player, but they're gonna get significantly worse if they lose Harden and Tobias, and then they just sign Van Fleet. That's not doing
Just bring him
anything.
every.
Yeah, this just gets worse. So
Yeah, that's an even bigger downgrade. I'd say this is probably their best shot right here. I mean, they had Boston 2 games down. They had Boston 2 games down, and then they had Miami waiting for them on the other end. They could have get it done.
yeah, yeah, it's just a tough situation for Philly in
Nick
the
Nurse.
playoffs.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
Nick Nurse is still a solid coach. I mean, who are they going to get that was better? I mean, I guess. Yeah, I'd say it's not like they could have. There was really like a huge upgrade for them. I mean, Nick Nurse is probably one of the biggest guys to up there. Maybe if Ime didn't get hired already, that would have been the move. But I mean, I think Ime signed pretty early, in my opinion, because then all
yeah,
these new jobs opened up. He got stuck on the Rockets.
yeah. Well, to be honest with you, I think the Rockets are probably a more sexy option than the 76ers. I'm just being honest because the 76ers are probably gonna they kind of look like a team that's going on downward spiral right now. Other than Embiid and Maxi, I don't really trust anybody else on their roster because Tucker's gonna be almost 40. I don't know if he's already he might be 40 already, but
Yeah,
Tucker Tucker's like the third most valuable player after if Harden leaves. It's like
uh-huh.
It's hard Embiid, Maxi, and
Just
then it goes to Tucker.
and then PJ Tucker. God damn.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's a solid hiring, but it doesn't move the needle for me. It really doesn't change the way
Yeah,
I look at Philadelphia. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
I want
not
Harden to
really.
leave,
They're
even though
doing
Harden
the
has a
same
chance to
thing.
win a ring with Philadelphia. Just because I would rather have fun watching basketball with him playing on the Rockets than me having to
Uh-huh.
fucking watch the Philadelphia 76ers choke in the second round of the playoffs for like what the fourth straight year. Yeah, I'm good.
Oh man, yeah, that's true. Oh man, you're gonna have to go
Yeah,
through the same rage and pain again that you did when they lost Game 7 again.
yeah. I would rather be happy just the Rockets making the play in, and that's my happiness right there. I don't have to witness the
Yeah.
76ers choke jobs anymore. Cause I'm tired of the
Yeah, for real.
choke job. Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah, that's a solid hiring,
yes.
but it
Uh-huh.
doesn't move the needle for me or anything.
Yeah.
And then
This
the
next one, I think it's a really good hiring, though. This
yeah
next one, I think it's a really, really good
yeah
hiring.
Monty Williams signed the what was it like a 5 year $80 million contract or something.
I think it was 6 years.
Yeah, a 6 year. Oh, I think oh yeah, 6 year 80 mil. It can go up to 8 years 100 mil. So
Uh-huh. Hey,
yeah,
there's no
pretty
salary cap on coaches, bro. There's no salary cap on
yeah.
coaches.
Yeah, they had to lure him with this money because he actually denied the job earlier. He told them that he was going to take a year off.
For
He
real?
told him no. Yeah. So
Oh,
they just
damn,
decided to
damn.
offer him all the
They
money
just
they
threw the whole
had.
bank at him?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah,
So
that's crazy. He's probably making more than he did as a player.
yeah, he is. Probably. Definitely, probably. Yeah. Because back when he was playing, they weren't making that much money compared to the way they are now. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, he probably made a lot of money. Yeah, he's planning to take a year off just because he was gonna make 21 million from the Suns for the next 2 years. So he had really no interest to coach. But
Uh-huh.
the Pistons were desperate, so they gave him a bunch of money.
They just threw him everything. God
Yeah.
damn.
So
I like the hire for the Pistons, though, yeah, because they're kind of in that same situation that the Suns were in when they first hired Monty Williams, right? They were a young team that had their superstar, even though I think Devin Booker has shown more. Like from Devin Booker to the point where they hired Monty, I think he showed more than Cade Cunningham has shown his entire career so far. But you got the young guy who you think could be the face of the franchise, the top superstar of that team. And you got a bunch of other young guys around him too. I'd say they're practically in the same situation. Phoenix was a bottom feeder of the West. Detroit's a bottom feeder of the East. But they got some pieces around them. I think Monty Williams, give him like a year or two, and he'll be able to take the Pistons to one of the top four teams in the East. Depending on Cade Cunningham, bro. Depending on it all comes down to if Cade Cunningham can stay healthy. But I'd say I really like this hire.
yeah, the Pistons also need to draft good players too. So yeah, we need to see how they do drafting. I like the hire too. Obviously, yeah, he fixed. He was a really big part of how they fixed Phoenix like 3 years ago. So I don't think Phoenix should have fired him because it looks like Phoenix is gonna end up with Doc Rivers.
That's
So
perfect, man. That's perfect.
yeah,
Well, I seriously
but
don't get why you would want to go from Monty Williams to Doc Rivers. Like, I seriously don't get it, bro.
I don't know either. I don't know.
Like, you
But
willingly did it too. It's not like Monty wanted to leave. It's not like Monty. I doubt
yeah,
Monty wanted to leave that team.
I'm pretty sure Chris Paul's talked a lot of shit about Doc Rivers too ever since he's left the Clippers. So I don't know.
For real. Oh man,
I don't know how that's gonna work out either. But it's not. It's either Doc Rivers, Frank Vogel, or Kevin Young.
Mike
Kevin
Budenholzer.
Young,
Oh, I
bullet
thought
holder's
Mike
on the
Budenholzer was
job
in the.
anymore.
He's not in the mix anymore.
Nah, he's
Ah,
gone.
damn.
So it's just Kevin Young, Frank Vogel, or Rivers. And
That
it's a
man don't
sad thing
even
when
know.
Rivers is probably
I
the
tell
best
you this.
coach out of those three. Out of those three, it's sad when you're head coaching candidates and Doc Rivers is the best one. That's when it's sad. So
Yeah, for real, bro. And I tell you, the coach they had was probably one of the best ones too.
yeah,
Oh
I think
man,
the
yeah,
only
I love it.
unless Phoenix can poach Tyronn Lue away from the Clippers, that's the only way that they would have maybe a little bit of a coaching upgrade, maybe just the tiniest bit.
I don't even know
But
if
other
it's an
than that,
upgrade though. It might be the same thing.
yeah, it's either Ty Lue's was the closest thing that they were either going to get to having the same thing or a little bit better because Ty Lue
To
does have a
not
championship.
downgrade, yeah.
Ty-
To not downgrade,
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah,
To pretty much at least stay the same or get
Um,
better.
yeah. Well, I guess maybe
Every
Kevin
other
Young.
option
We
is
haven't seen
probably a
Kevin Young
downgrade
coach.
though. I mean, I
Kevin Young
guess.
hasn't coached at all, so
Uh huh.
maybe he becomes a great coach if they hire him. But I guess Frank Vogel's a championship too. So I guess, I guess you could say that, but I don't really don't like that
That's
hire
true.
either.
Yeah,
So because
yeah. You
Frank
saw how
Vogel,
things ended with.
if you just look at it by the championships, Doc Rivers and Frank Vogel both have championships. So it's like maybe that's how they
That's
talk themselves
true,
into it.
but yeah. Well, I mean, you look how things
But
ended with Frank Vogel. It wasn't too pretty.
yeah,
It wasn't too pretty. They look a
to be
lot
honest
better
with
off
you, the
right now
Lakers
down
just
in
threw him under
LA.
the bus. That's what happened there. The Lakers just threw him under
Yeah.
the bus because their team sucks so much. Instead of throwing what's
Uh-huh.
his name, who's the GM, Rob Pelinka, instead of him getting thrown
LeBron.
under the bus, they threw Frank Vogel under the bus. So
Yeah.
I don't
I'm pretty sure it was
because
LeBron who built that
they
team
fired
too.
him a year after winning a championship. That's the most stupidest shit I've ever seen. Like even Boldenholzer got 2 years. Boldenholzer at least got 2 more years after that.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, what do you getting fired after 1 year? Well, no, actually no, it was 2 years. I forgot 2 years. I forgot he actually stayed there the 2 years.
Yeah, they made the playoffs the
Yeah,
next year, but they lost in five. And then after
yeah, I
that,
forgot about that.
they just fell off the freaking what? They were like 13th on the West or something like
Yeah,
that. They were absolutely abysmal.
that roster sucked though. To be fair, I really think it was Rob
Yeah,
Pelinka that put him in that
no, they did
situation.
suck. Yeah,
Yeah.
they did suck.
So
But I mean, Doc
yeah,
Rivers was at least able to do better this year. I'd say he'll get you to the second round. And that's what Phoenix is good at. They're good at getting to the second round, and then choking when they need to. When they need to win big games, they end up choking, and then they end up choking very hard too. It's not like it's a close game, and they just lose by a few points in a closeout game. No, they just get destroyed every single time. It fits perfectly with Doc Rivers.
yeah. So yeah, I don't understand why they're even hiring Doc Rivers, but it's probably gonna be Doc Rivers, which is sad. Sad probably for Phoenix. But
Oh man, yeah. But you don't want to say anything about the Monty hiring?
oh, I did. It was a good hiring. I
Yeah.
talked about it. Yeah, it
Oh,
was a
it's
good
because we
hiring.
immediately shifted to Doc Rivers.
Yeah,
My bad. Yeah, we
yeah, no,
we immediately just shifted over to Doc Rivers because the Suns just went through a big downgrade right there.
yeah, yeah. Like I said before, the Monty Williams is gonna help. It's gonna help them. They're a young team. There's still some questions about the Pistons' team building that I don't like. Like, why do they have what's his name? Jalen Duran. I think is a better center than Wiseman. Is a better prospect. Just has potential. He's better than
Uh huh.
Wiseman and
Yeah.
Bagley. And they just got Bagley and Wiseman. They're just taking a playing time from Duran. So I
Because they're
understand why you take
number
a chance
two
on Wiseman.
picks. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
both former number
I
two
understand why you take a
picks.
chance
That's what the
on
Pistons are
Wiseman and
thinking.
yeah, I understand why you take a chance on those two players. But like, you're taking away development from the guy you just drafted last year, which I think has more potential already than both of those two guys. But
Mhm.
yeah, also trading Sadiq Bey away, pretty questionable for me. I would have just kept him because he fits the timeline of the team, but they didn't keep him. And then
Yeah,
what else? Kate Cunningham's injured last season, so hopefully if he can stay healthy. And then Ivy too. Was pretty good. He wasn't a world beater in his first year, but you're not expecting that. So yeah, continue to develop and see what happens there. And whoever they draft
yeah,
this year, I don't think whoever they draft this year, I don't think is going to be some amazing player though. It's the fifth pick, so you're just hoping for a solid player at the fifth pick.
yeah,
So we'll see. We'll see what
yeah. I
happens in
think
Detroit.
them
But
and
yeah, head
Orlando.
coaching hire. Yeah,
I'm about to say, I think them and
I like.
Orlando are the two teams that could go from like bottom feeders to kind of like play in like low playoff team right there. I think those are the two teams if they
Yeah,
develop right. Detroit and Orlando could make their way up there.
I just don't know about Detroit just because I hate their bench is fucking. Miami, Magic, I think they'll be a playing team, but Detroit's fucking team
Uh,
sucks. I'm gonna like, obviously they're missing Cade, but like their bench
yeah.
is atrocious. Like I remember everybody last, all the Pistons fans were all excited. Oh, we traded for Norland's Noel. We traded for Alec Burks. Our GM is making so many good moves. Yeah, Alec Burks and
Oh
Norland's
yeah.
Noel fucking sucked ass.
They're playing
I
like
remember
ass. Yeah.
Pistons fans were all
They're
excited
excited
about
about
Norland's
it.
Noel and Alec Burks last season. I remember seeing it on Twitter. Oh, Troy Weaver's the best GM in the world. We fleeced the Knicks. Alec Burks and Norland's Noel didn't do anything for you guys. Also, Killian Hayes is the worst player I've ever seen play basketball. And I've seen the Rockets play
Oh
basketball
yeah,
for a long
me
time,
too.
the last three
Yeah.
years. And Killian
Killian
Hayes is one
Hayes
of
is
the worst
worse than
players I've
anything.
ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, worse than anything. So, and I don't think Bojan Bogdanovic. is probably what he's probably their second. He's probably their third best player on the team. So he averaged 22 points a game last year, but it's
Who's
pretty
one
easy.
and who's two? Cade,
It's
Cade
probably
would be
Cade
one,
and
Ivy
Jaden Ivey.
two. Right
Yeah,
now, I might put Bogdanovich ahead of Ivy. I mean, Ivy's good, but
I don't know.
right
I'll just
now,
give.
it might be Bogdanovich.
I don't know. I think Bogdanovich's numbers were just inflated last year because he was the only. He was just
Because he was
fucking
on the
chucking up
terrible team.
shots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
like Jeremy Grant. Remember Jeremy Grant was averaging like 23 a game because he was on the Pistons.
Oh, yeah, when he was on
It
the
was easy.
Pistons, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd probably give the slight edge to Ivy, but yeah, I don't like their I don't like the other pieces. I think eventually, yeah, they'll be good. I don't know about next year though. I think next year they'll still be pretty bad. Not as bad. They'll probably be like a 30-win team, 28-win team around there.
That's still terrible.
Yeah, it's upgraded from this year. They only won 15 games, so
Oh shit.
or 16 games. That's almost doubling
Yeah.
their wins. So
Damn.
yeah.
God damn.
See the Magic, they have a lot more. They have a lot more things that I'm like looking forward to, like Paulo,
Uh-huh.
Wagner, Fultz, Cole Anthony, Wendell Carter.
Yeah.
Then they get two more picks in this year's draft. They're a lot more.
Uh-huh.
They have a lot more going for them than
Yeah.
the Pistons. The Pistons, I think, are still like I think they're like a year out from actually being a play-in.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
I'll tell you.
that's
I'll think,
the way
I'll think
that
like a year or two.
yeah, I think like a year. I wait. I think this year this will be bad. It's like a year later. I think they'll be fine. I think
That'll be better.
like if the
Yeah.
Rockets don't make any moves in the offseason, if they don't get hard and they just miss out on everybody, they're probably in the same boat as the Pistons. They're probably still gonna be ass. So yeah,
They're gonna be ass with a good coach.
yeah. The tough thing is for the Pistons that nobody wants to go to Detroit. That's a tough thing for them.
That's
At
true,
least
because at
Houston,
least the Rockets, you could sell them on Houston.
yeah,
You could sell on Houston
even
a lot more than you could sell
yeah,
in Detroit.
yeah. That's the only thing that Houston has the advantage over them as. Oh, that's one of the things they have the advantage as is they're in Houston. Houston's a way nicer place. That's
Yeah.
right there. You don't want to live in Detroit. You'd rather live in Houston. That's just the thing.
Yeah, that's facts.
So the only way you're ever going to get players in Detroit is if they're forcefully traded there or you draft them.
Yeah, for
So
real.
yeah,
Or I guess in
but yeah,
Monster's case, you just throw a huge bag at them.
yeah. It's basically even if it would be like even if they offered you like 45 mil to play with them, or if the Lakers offered you like 38, I would not be surprised if they pick the Lakers
Go the
just
Lakers,
because they're the
yeah.
Lakers.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
facts.
So I don't even know. Like if they offer
And Los
Austin Reeves like
Angeles
a
compared
huge
to
like
Detroit.
yeah, if they offered asked Austin Reeves like 85 mil, but the Lakers offered him like 80, 81 or some shit, he's probably picking the Lakers. Like
Stay with the Lakers. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's just tough. Well, yeah, they're building the roster the right way. I don't think they're gonna sign anybody quick. It's tough for the sign players over there. Like Houston can sign Harden just because Harden's already been there. He was there for like 10 years, 11 years. Easier to
Yeah.
sign him than it would be for the Pistons to sign somebody like that. So yeah, that's one of the disadvantages for Detroit. But yeah, they continue to build the roster the right way. They'll be fine.
Hmm. Yeah. That's how you're really banking on Cade being that franchise piece for you.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. Because if he's not, then
Then
the
you're
rebuild
screwed.
is over.
Yeah. You're
It's
screwed. Yeah,
time.
you can't even do
Yeah,
anything about
it's time to start a new
it.
rebuild. Yeah, like this rebuild will be done, and that's our new one. If Kate sucks, if Kate comes back and he's not that good, even if Kate
Yeah.
just becomes an average player, the rebuild's over. The rebuild is a failure. Even if he comes back and
He's
he's an
got to
average
be
player,
the face of your franchise. Yeah, he's got
yeah.
to be the face of your
If he
franchise.
comes back and averages like 15 and 10 for the rest of his career, it's
Pretty much
pretty
a
much
waste.
done. We can be
Yeah,
packed up.
it was a waste.
Yeah, it's packed up. It's time to pack up and start a new rebuild. Yeah, because the only way that Detroit's going to get themselves out of this blunder that they're in right now is if they get like a true franchise player. That's what they need.
I'd say it's gonna have to
So
be like the Devin Booker for them. He's gonna have to be like
yeah,
their own version of Devin Booker. And that's the thing. They
if you
have
average,
that
if
guy
you
though.
yeah, he could probably average like 26 and 10, 26, 10 and 6 somewhere around. That's peak. That's what would be at his peak. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, he was the number one pick for a reason. But if his injury
Yeah.
really affects him and he goes down to like 15 and 10, yeah, 15 and 10 ain't saving Detroit from anything. So
Nah.
And
No.
Jaden Ivey needs to become like a 22, 23 point per game scorer to be effective efficiently, not just
Yeah.
be chucking up shots to get
Not just
22
chucking
points
up everything. Yeah.
efficiently. Yeah. So yeah, it depends on a lot of things. Like Jalen Duren at worst is a good rim protector. At worst, that's solid enough.
Yeah.
But like Cade
DeAndre
and
Ayton.
Ivy really need to be. Yeah,
Yeah.
Cade and Ivy need to be your 1-2 punch.
Uh-huh. The backcourt. Yeah. I'll
That's what
tell
you
you, with
need.
Monty Williams, I think it could help develop him, especially for Ivy too. I think it could really help develop Ivy. Cade Cunningham,
Yeah,
depending on how he comes back from the injury, but yeah, he's got to be that star guy.
yeah, he does. All right, I wanted to talk about the DeAndre Hopkins getting released before we end the podcast. Yeah, he got cut on Friday, I believe last Friday. So we'll see
No
what happens.
suitable trade partners.
Yeah, no, none. I'm surprised. Actually, I'm not that surprised because nobody wanted to pay his contract. He wants like
Uh-huh.
15 mil. He wants the same as OBJ, which he
He
probably
does. Yeah,
deserves because he actually
that
played
makes
last
sense.
season, and he probably still deserves like 19 mil. Probably he got 900 yards in like 7 games. That's pretty
Yeah,
crazy. So
exactly. Yeah,
probably the
he
only reason why
deserves it
teams are
way more than
hesitant.
Odell does, bro.
Yeah,
If I'm being honest, bro, he deserves it a lot more than Odell does.
yeah. The only reason he
Odell
missed,
only has one fucking knee, bro.
yeah, the only reason he missed the game last season was because of the suspension. It wasn't because he was injured. It was a suspension for the drug policy.
Yeah.
So
Uh huh.
he hasn't really dealt with the injury problems yet. Like teams, like even though teams are scared of it.
Yeah.
So who do you think he's gonna sign with?
Oh man, that's pretty tough. I just saw
I,
a report today that the Bills are willing to reach his $15 million what's it called? His $15 requirement. If I had to guess, man, I think Baltimore makes another splash. I think Baltimore is going to go after it again. They're going to try to make another splash. They want to completely revamp this offense around Lamar, make it a complete throwing team moving forward. I haven't. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really checked their cap situation. I don't know if they're gonna be able to pull that off. But if they have the shot, I really think that Baltimore is gonna really want to make that move right there. Have Odell and Hopkins as a 1-2. You still got Bateman, and then now you still got some other depth pieces. So that's where I think he's gonna end up signing at the end.
yeah, I'm not picking them to win. I'm not picking them to sign him. But I'm just always want to talk about them as the Texans. Apparently, the Texans are really interested in him just to help CJ Stroud
For real?
develop.
Damn.
So I don't think they're gonna sign him. But I just saw a report earlier today that they might sign him.
Uh, they just
That
wanted
they're
to bring it up.
interested. They have the money to offer him too. So that'll
Yeah.
be a pretty interesting reunion. I don't think it's happening though. Your receiving core is probably gonna be Robert Woods, number one receiver. That's probably what it's gonna
Yeah.
be. But
Oh man.
I think personally, I think the Patriots are gonna sign him. Just because the Patriots, I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna be one of the only teams willing to give him the full money because it's
Yeah.
pretty tough for other teams to give him the full money. I don't think the Ravens got any money anymore left. They offered OBJ and they already paid Lamar Jackson a bunch of money.
Yeah, that's the thing I was worried about. Yeah, because
Yeah,
I don't know how they'll be able to pull that off.
and apparently the Cowboys and Jets they haven't shown any interest at all, which I didn't expect them to show interest either because they're fine. I think they're
Yeah,
already fine where they are.
they
Yeah,
got a lot. Yeah,
like the Jets. Robert Sala the other day said that we're fine. We're good with our guys when they asked him a
yeah,
question about it. And the Cowboys already invested so much money in the Brandon Cooks. I don't think they're gonna sign another receiver. I think they're already
yeah.
fine. They already have Gallup and Cooks. Gallup and Cooks are making more money than CD Lamb. So yeah, I don't think
Uh-huh.
you can afford to bring in Hopkins. And the Lions also were an interesting spot, but the Lions also Dan Campbell was asked about it. He said that he likes his receiving room, so I don't think it's happening either. The Patriots seem like the team to get it done just because Bill Belichick and him have a good relationship, and they have the money. They have a ton of cap space just right now that they can offer him a deal.
Mm.
And I thought it was gonna be the Bills originally, but yeah, the Bills. I don't know what's wrong with the Bills. They're trying to win now, and they don't want to offer him 15 mil. I would do anything I could just to give him the 15 mil. You're trying to win.
Yeah.
Like it's
Uh-huh.
not like you're like rebuilding or some shit. You're winning. You're trying to win a Super Bowl. What's the point of not
Yeah.
going all in? I understand it.
Uh-huh.
It affects you down the line, but it's just like a 1 year deal. It's not like you're signing him multiple years. So it's like I'm willing to take the risk to try to win a Super Bowl, but apparently they're
Yeah.
not willing to do that. So
They don't want to risk that
and then the
much.
Chiefs, yeah, and then the Chiefs. I never saw them doing this because they didn't even add a veteran receiver. All the receivers that they have are like rookies or the players that they had before. Like it's MVS, Tony, Sky Moore, and then
Juju.
the guy they drafted this year. I
Oh
forgot.
wait,
Oh,
no, not even
Rasheed
Juju.
Rice.
Juju left. Yeah.
Yeah, Juju left. I think they added Rasheed Rice in the draft, and
Uh-huh.
apparently like they think Tony's the number one receiver. So yeah, I think the Chiefs are fine without him. So to me, the Patriots make the most sense.
They're the most. They do make a lot of sense. Yeah, I can see that happening too. I can see that happening
Yeah.
too. I definitely wouldn't be surprised.
Sadly, I don't
Yeah.
believe in Mac Jones though. Even though they had Hopkins, like I don't believe in Mac Jones.
You don't believe in Mac Jones? You
Tough.
don't think Mac Jones is that good? Even with
I
the
don't think
little
it's good
guy?
enough to actually push the needle. Like,
Uh,
if he has Hopkins and Juju, and he has fucking Hunter Henry and all that, he has everything. And has what I'm pretty sure. I forgot his third receiver, Kendrick Bourne. I don't know.
oh yeah.
If they have that type of receiving room, they should. Mac Jones should throw for like 30 plus touchdowns. That's what they should do. That's what he should do because,
Yeah.
and I don't know if he's gonna do that. But yeah, if
No.
you, that's a pretty elite receiving core, just because of Hopkins and Juju. Hopkins is
Yeah.
like the outside receiver, and Juju's a slot. Juju's like a top 5, top 6 slot receiver in the NFL, and Hopkins is like still like a top 12, top 14, 15
Uh-huh.
when he's actually on the field. So
Yeah. I
yeah,
don't really
it
think
really
people
would come
blame
down to Mac
Mac
Jones.
Jones for his regression though last year. I tell you, I like to put a lot on having Matt Patricia and Joe Judge there calling plays for him. That's the main thing. I don't really take too much stock into his sophomore regression too much.
Yeah,
Even
but when I
though
say I don't
on
believe in him,
purpose right now, I don't think his ceiling is that high though. I don't think he'll ever get to the level of like Allen, Herbert, any of those guys. I think his ceiling is very limited, but I think he'll be solid enough with that receiving core. I don't think he's gonna be super terrible.
I don't think he's terrible. I don't think he's good enough to get him past like the Jets or the Bills or even Miami. I think all three,
That's
even if
true.
they had Hopkins, I think all three of those teams are still better. Like
That's
maybe Bill
true.
Belichick's
Yeah.
coaching finally gets to effect again after not having Brady the last 2 years. Like maybe Belichick finally becomes the coach he was before. If that happens, then yeah, maybe. If Bill Belichick really has that
Yeah.
much of a coaching advantage over everybody, then yeah.
Uh huh.
But I just don't.
Yeah.
I look at him at that same level like I look at like Ryan Tannehill, like in that 15, 16 range, and I just don't
Yeah.
think
That's true. Uh huh.
I don't think that's good enough to maybe the Jets and the Dolphins just because they haven't been together that much. They don't have that much chemistry. Like Rodgers doesn't have that much chemistry with the team, or what's his name,
Yeah.
or the Dolphins. Two is always injured, so
Hmm.
maybe you have a chance to get those teams. But even Miami always has Patriots number in the regular season at least because the last couple of
Yeah.
years,
That's
even with
true.
Brady
They're able to
and the
beat them
Bills
in
too. I don't.
Miami too. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bills I could see maybe taking a step back, but I still think the Bills are better than the Patriots just because of Josh Allen. The only reason I can see the
That's
Bills
facts.
taking a step back is because they want Josh Allen to carry them. They want him to put the whole team on his back. Like even worse than Mahomes. Even worse than Mahomes.
Yeah.
Josh Allen is the only reason they're even competitive sometimes. Especially they have no running game. So Josh Allen's basically the quarterback and the
That's
running
true.
back.
Uh huh.
So yeah, that's the only reason I don't have that much faith in the Bills next year. Just because I don't know how long you can last with Josh Allen being your entire reason, your sole reason, why you're even winning games. Because he's literally just the whole reason. Like at least Mahomes has a Andy Reid in the defense. The Bills' defense did not come up big most of the time last year. So
Nah.
against the Bengals, the Bills' defense wasn't there. They expected Josh Allen to do. They expected Josh Allen to carry the whole team. They wanted him to play defense too. I would not be surprised if they wanted him to play defense too. But yeah,
I'm saying that middle linebacker.
yeah. Like the receiving core, I don't. Other than Diggs, I'm not in love with it. It's just Gabe Davis, and he's not even that good. He's all right. He's a deep threat. So it's just really Diggs.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Unless you're planning to run Dawson Knox and Dawson Kincaid at receiver too. So I don't know. Cause you're probably You pay Dawson Knox, and Dawson Knox and Dawson Kincaid are probably going to be both playing at the same time because you paid Dawson
Both
Knox like a
tight end,
3-year
two
extension,
tight end set.
and you
Yeah,
drafted Kincaid in the first round,
first
so
round.
you have to play both of
Traded
them.
up for him too. Yeah,
Yeah, so Kincaid can actually be really good, but I don't know. I don't really know how effective Dawson Knox is going to be when you just throw it to Kincaid most of the time. Because Kincaid's going to be
for
the
sure.
receiving tight end most of the time, though. So I don't know.
Yeah. Mhm.
I don't know about that. But, yeah. I could also just be super biased and just say, oh, yeah, I want him to go to the Giants. I do want him to go to the Giants. I do want him to go to the Giants. I want Hopkins to go to the Giants, but it's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
I don't see it happening anymore. Right now,
Yeah.
I think it's just a race between those AFC teams. The Chiefs, the Chiefs, the Patriots. I'm gonna throw in the Ravens in there just because they've shown that they can make some moves, but I don't know how likely of a destination it is. But they're still my prediction, so I would not be
Yeah.
surprised if he ends up there.
Yeah, I don't know how aggressive the Ravens are going to be, though. Just because I don't know. I don't think they're going to. They have to do a lot of stuff to get him. And they have to reconstruct their contracts and all that stuff. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
To me, it seems like they're already fine after they drafted Flowers and all them.
Oh man, I forgot about Zay Flowers. Shit, I forgot
Yeah.
about Zay Flowers. Never mind. Yeah, I might have to take your side on the Patriots. The Patriots does make the most sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
I thought the
completely
Bills were going
forgot
to sign him
about
at
Zay
first,
Flowers.
but
Yeah,
yeah. I think the
damn,
Ravens.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. This is the Ravens already have. I don't really know. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to do all this extra stuff just to add him, just because I think they're already fine with the receiving core. That's why I
Uh,
didn't. That's why
yeah,
I don't. I think they're fine.
yeah, no, I just forgot about Zay Flowers. That's the whole time. I completely forgot that they drafted Zay Flowers.
Uh,
So okay, yeah,
yeah.
Patriots.
So
The Patriots probably does make the most sense right now. It'd be pretty interesting to see him in Houston, though. I'm not gonna lie, 'cause I think Stroud would really appreciate that.
yeah, that would be interesting. I don't think he's gonna go there just because they suck. Like he has no chance of winning at all. Like no, not.
Uh,
Like I don't think they're not winning anything. They're not getting any close to win. Not even. I don't even think they can get close to making the playoffs. This might age super badly, but I don't think. I don't think they can even get to the playoffs with Hopkins. They even make. Well, they win like one extra game of Hopkins. One extra game. That's it. One extra game and that's it.
they go 4-13.
Yeah. I don't.
I tell you, they
Like
can,
even.
I think they want to win. I think because they traded their pick next year. I don't think they want Arizona to have number one and number two.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
So
know.
they're gonna want to compete. Is Yeah, they might just be that
At most,
terrible though.
I see them winning like 5 or 6 games. And maybe 5. That's like a maybe. But like 5 or 6, that's like 6 is like the absolute ceiling. Like no, nothing more than 6. 6 is like they reach their full potential.
Yeah. Oh man, I'll tell you,
Like
unless
if you,
Carolina
even if he
team
went to the
just turns into
Panthers,
like
if
Nick
Hopkins went to the
Bosa.
Panthers, that's also a possibility. Carolina has some money. Like even if he went to the Panthers, they're still gonna be a little bit more competitive. They have a chance to win the division just because the division
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah.
So
You got Bryce, and then they brought in Thielen too already. Frank
out of
Reich's
all the
pretty
teams that have
solid.
shown interest in him, the Texans are probably his worst option just because they will have no. Unless he wants the money. If he wants the money, go to Houston. They'll probably pay you money,
He's
but
gonna
the
do a
most money out
James
of
Harden.
everybody.
Yeah, he just likes
Yeah, I
Houston.
guess
He's
so.
gonna go back there. He's gonna
That'll
do a
be
James
funny.
Harden. They're gonna have a reunion.
Hopkins and Harden will go back to Houston in the same
Yeah,
offseason. That'd be funny.
just I'd say that both their teams are a lot worse now though than when they left, but it still would be pretty funny. No more Bill
Yeah.
O'Brien. He might want to make a return. I really doubt that's gonna happen. It'd be pretty interesting though.
Yeah. Well, that should do it for today's episode of the Playmaker Pod. Pretty much went over everything. We caught up on everything
Hmm.
that we needed to do.
Next
But
episode,
yeah,
we'll recap some of the finals games that have happened so far. Denver is
yeah,
still undefeated in freaking Mile High, so man, they might start off pretty hot against Miami. They might start. If Miami's gonna get this done, I think winning one of these two games is gonna be crucial for them. I still can't see them winning the next two in Miami, but I think it's gonna be absolutely crucial for them to get one of these two wins in Denver. So we'll see how they do. let's see how they do right here. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they have
gonna
to
do it for
play.
this episode.
Yeah.
What's up?
All right. Nah, I'm good. I'll save it for next time.
All
Yeah, I'll
right,
save it for
bro.
next time. I'll save it. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Playmaker Pod.
All right, peace out.